Hey, welcome back to Kids Life. We are continuing our series today called In the Beginning, and it is all about the big wide world that God created and all the people and plants and animals that God put in it. And I think it is so amazing that there are all kinds of different people, different animals, different plants in the world. Could you imagine what it would be like if everybody in the world looked just like you? Or if there was only one type of flower in the whole wide world? Or if the whole world, all the animals were just raccoons? We would get so bored of it all. But God, in His divine wisdom, made the earth to be filled with all kinds of different things. We're going to watch a short video now that talks about in the beginning how God created the world and that there was an order to it and that God was very purposeful about what went into the world and what was created. So go ahead and watch this video and then come on back. I'll see you on the other side.
Hello friends! This month, we're talking about our beautiful planet, Earth. It's filled with so many wonderful things, like forests, mountains, oceans, flowers, waterfalls, snow, gardens, caves, and so much more. Do you have a favorite part of the Earth? Mine is the ocean. It's so big, and it's filled with cool fish and other creatures. Do you know where all that stuff came from? Let's find out! In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Everything was empty and dark. Then God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. God said it was good. That was the first day. On the second day, God created the water in the sky. He said it was good. That was the second day. On the third day, God made the dry ground and all the plants. He made trees and flowers and bushes and fruits and vegetables that grow from the ground. And God said it was good. On the fourth day, God made the sun, moon, and stars. And God said it was good. On the fifth day, God made all the birds of the sky and the fish of the sea. And God said it was good. He told them to multiply and make more birds and fish to fill the earth. On the sixth day, God made a lot of things. He made all the animals. He made dogs, cows, skunks, donkeys, horses, and all other animals that exist. And God said it was good. Then He made something extra special. He made people, a man and a woman. He made them in His image as a reflection of Him. He told them they would be in charge of the whole earth, and He told them to multiply and fill the earth with people. And God said it was very good. On the seventh day, God was finished with all of His work. He rested. That's how our world started. God created the whole world and everything in it. We can thank God for making the world.
All right. Hey, friends, isn't that great to remember that God had an order and a purpose to all of the creative ways that He created the world and everything that's in it? That nothing that was created by accident. That includes you. You were not created by accident. And that includes every person that you will ever meet. I want to share with you a quick video. It shows families from all around the world, from different countries, some countries close by America, and some countries way on the other side of the planet. But as you watch the video, I want you to notice a couple of things about these families. Some of these families, they'll have things, skin, they'll have the clothes that they're wearing, or maybe the food that they're eating, or maybe the types of homes that they live in that look very similar maybe to the things that you do and the ways that you look. And some of them will have skin and clothes and food and homes that look different than the ones that you or your neighbors or your friends have. So pay attention as we take this quick trip around the world to see how all the people that God put in it, some of the ways that we are the same and some of the ways that we are different. Pay attention as we watch this video together. All right, welcome back. Did you enjoy that trip around the world? I love meeting in this way, right? We can take a quick trip like that just by watching a video. But did you notice that God created all these people, and there are some things that are the same, right? We all need a family. We all need food to eat. We all need a home to live in and keep us warm and safe. And we all are created in the image of God. All the way back in the beginning, in the book of Genesis, it says that God created humans in His image, in His likeness. So it means every person that you will ever see has the image of God in them, has the ability to be loved. And so when we are able to recognize that in our friends and our neighbors, we're doing exactly what God created us to do, to love the people that He put in the world. And so I hope that you will find creative ways to love your friends, to love your families, and to remember that God created all of it, so all of it is good. We are going to keep working on our memory verse. I hope you have been working on it. It comes to us from Romans chapter 3, verse 23. And again, we have some help with us today. So take it away, Abby J.
For all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. Romans 3:23.
All right. Thanks again, Abby, for helping us with our memory verse. That was so good. Again, it's kind of a sad part of God's story that we have to acknowledge. We have to tell this part of God's story, that all have sinned. All of us have messed up, and we've fallen short of the glory of God. In this case, the glory of God is for us to do what we're created to do, to love the people that God put in the world. And this verse reminds us that, excuse me, everybody messes up. At some point, I mess up, and I forget that God created everybody in His image, and I can think that I'm better than somebody else. And that's sad, that's broken. That means I've fallen short of what God intended for me to be able to do, to love well, right? And this verse in Romans 3:23 tells us everybody messes up, and that's sad. But guess what? That's not the end of the story. That's not even the end of that verse. That verse is just the first part of a sentence that Paul was writing to his friends in Rome. So that's why that book is called Romans. Paul is writing to his friends who are Romans. And that's in chapter 3, verse 23. But it continues on in verse 24. So the first part is, all have sinned and fall short of God's glory. And then it continues, but all are treated as righteous freely by His grace because of a ransom that was paid by Christ Jesus. Isn't that so good? That there's part of God's story that says everybody has messed up. Everybody at some point has not loved well. But there's more. And God forgives us. God says, I know that was wrong, but I love you anyway. And God gives us grace to then say, I'm sorry that I messed up. And then God makes us right again. God cleans up our hearts. God makes it so that we can then love well again. So friends, as we keep looking at the big wide world that God created, and we think about all the ways that people and animals and plants are different, remember the one thing that makes us all the same, all the people the same, is that God made us, and God says you are good, and that God forgives you when you mess up. So until next time, keep your rooms clean, eat your vegetables, and keep pointing to Jesus.